So let's talk a little bit about the Stanley Cup craze and what exactly that means. I've seen a lot of people on social media, on Facebook specifically, say, explain to me why everyone is running down the Stanley Cup like if I am a 5-year-old. So let's dive into it and talk about it a little bit. Now, you have to understand that the Stanley Cup is not a brand new cup. It's not a brand new company. It's been in existence over 100 years. The target audience for the Stanley Cup originally were men, rugged men who want going fishing and hiking and all those kind of things, where they could carry their drinks hot or cold in a thermos-like thing. What happened over the last year or two was that the cup went viral. The cup went viral because some influencers talked about it on their platform, and then just last year a lady's car burned down and her Stanley Cup survived the fire, and so the company decided to buy her a new car, right? What happened when all of these things came together was that the audience of the Stanley Cup shifted from men, even though they still serve men, to women, right? And they played into that shift. So instead of just the normal creams and browns or blacks of the usual Stanley Cups, they started to put out, pastel colors and colors that appeal more to a feminine audience. In addition, they really engaged with their audience online, right? So they have been having a lot of different promotions and that kind of thing. They've been working with other influencers as well. They have been actively engaging with their audiences on different platforms, and they are creating a sense of urgency, because all of these pop-up sales that they're having, right, where you could only get one Stanley Cup per household and stuff. I mean, it's like a genius marketing strategy, if I may say so myself. Would it last forever? We don't know, but for now it's doing really well. And it's just a lesson in learning that you don't have to change your product so much, but you can definitely get your product in front of a new audience, right? And revive your branding so that you can increase your sales, because their sales this year, the end of 2023, really like tripled or something like that, right? So it's a great lesson in marketing for those of us who are in business, that we don't have to reinvent the wheel so much as to understand how our products can cater to multiple audiences if we desire, and then really tap into that new niche, because it's still a niche, right? It's still a niche market. Tap into that niche and create something that is going to make them get really excited. So now with all the pastel colors and not only the pastel colors, but now they have a lot of accessories. I don't know if you all seen that as well. There are tons of accessories to go with your Stanley Cup, right? And people may say, but I mean, it's just a cup. Yes, to use just a cup, but for others it's also a status symbol, because it's not a cheap cup. It's not a $10 cup. And yes, there are cheaper cups that can do the exact same thing, but it's also a status symbol, right? So you have to understand. That's why I keep saying to you guys, is the psychology of selling, right? People are not buying based only on price. People are buying based on how your product or your offer makes them feel, how it makes them stand out in their communities as a status symbol. Anybody with a Stanley Cup, when you see somebody with a Stanley Cup and they spend $200 for a cup, you know what I mean, you automatically think, well, this person has money. So it's a status symbol thing as well, right? And they have created this urgency for it by having these short pop-up sales. They've created this need for it because every household could only have one, according to them, only have one Stanley Cup, even though we know people who have multiple. We've seen people who have bought multiple in different places. but they're really using their marketing well, and they're marketing the Stanley Cup really well. It's yet to be seen what they're going to do for Valentine's, that is coming up in a few weeks, because I can imagine what that promotion is going to look like. The Christmas rollout was tremendous, because a lot of people only just bought Stanley Cups for their loved ones, right? And some people just, that's all they actually wanted. They just wanted a Stanley Cup for Christmas, right? And that's the power of marketing, and that's the power of understanding your audience, your understanding your base. That's the power of engaging with your audience in real time, in a very authentic and real way. And that's the power, guys, of using influencers, so that you have a really larger audience reach, because these influencers will, you know, promote your product or service or whatever and get the word out. There's a lot of it is word of mouth as well, as much as they might be running ads and stuff. A lot of it is word of mouth through influencers and that kind of thing as well. So I mean, I know it seems weird to a lot of people who are not in business. Like, what is this phenomenon? Like, why are people running this down? And a lot of people cannot connect it to how they can employ some of these tactics into their own strategies, into their own marketing strategies. But I want you to just sit back and think about it. Look at how, do some research. Look at how they have been able to shift their audience. Look at the simple changes that they have done in order to cater to this new audience. As simple as a change in color. Look at the add-ons. You know, we always talk about the upsells and the cross-sells and that kind of thing. Look at all of the accessories that they've been able to add, so that you're not just buying a tumbler, but now you're buying, you're buying all these other things. Again, it's about status. Right? It's about status, and we have that feeling of missing out, that FOMO, right? And that's a real thing, and that's why I tell you all, it's the psychology of selling. It's the psychology of why people buy particular things. A lot of times it's not based on the price. It's about wanting to belong to a community, wanting to belong, you're wanting to be part of something that seems bigger than you even. And that's why there will be such a big rush and such a big craze for this Stanley Cup, besides the fact that it can hold a whole bottle of wine. Right? Which is crazy, but because it's a 40 ounce tumbler, right? But that aside, for all you women who want to do their brunch and have the mimosas and stuff like that, that's an added benefit to having the Stanley Cup, right? Because now they don't have to do 2 and 3 different drinks. But anyway, besides that obvious benefit, right, it's a masterclass in marketing and customer engagement and visibility and influencer marketing. It's just a masterclass, and I love to see how it is unfolding, and how people are running behind it to be part of this evolution. You know what I mean? It's really a great thing to see. And guys, just follow along. I'm not saying you have to go and buy, but just follow along and pay attention, especially as an entrepreneur. Pay attention to what is making people react the way they are, making people line up outside of Target from 1 o'clock in the morning to be the first to buy these Stanley Cups. Pay attention instead of just complaining or like, I don't understand. Pay attention, do some work, really dissect what does this marketing look like and feel like, and why is it so successful, right? And then figure out, okay, what aspects of this would make sense for my own brand. Because marketing is marketing, right? What aspects of this would make sense in my own brand? And how can I employ any of these marketing strategies into my own business? Yeah, so guys, enjoy your Stanley Cup and let me know if you have any more questions. Bye.